buyers, you're fucked. I'm fucked too. Nobody's gonna buy a house ever again. The interest rates are ridiculously high, and
you would never get your dream home.
Never gonna get your dream home.
Ever.
Here, you there, you're not gonna get it. You over there, you're also not gonna get it. We're fucked. So we don't even need to record this then.
Yep,
we're
that's
done.
it.
All right, guys. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Have a great one. Let's get into it. So anybody that is sitting down and watching this, what you're gonna get from this is 3 reasons why you should stay in the market. So for my buyers out there, we've got strategies to make sure that you guys can get your dream home, even with the Feds increasing the interest rate. So hear us out, stay tuned and watch. All right, dude, so let's get to it.
All right.
So everybody's talking about this. The market numbers just came out, and I'm pretty sure every single realtor, anybody that is following the real estate market in general is going to say unit sales are down, the sales price is down, properties are sitting on the market longer, sellers are taking a reduced price. All of it's facts, right? In our specific county, we do have that unit sales actually increase month over month, right?
Yeah.
So buyers are still out in the market, but then we've got this whole other piece of the rates. The Fed just increased the rates by, what was it, 3/4 of a point, right?
Yep.
And so everybody's freaking out. You said something earlier, right? That what was it that you were talking about? Somebody sent you a text about something?
Yeah, somebody sent me a text and said, what are you going to do? Your industry's just, going down and going down with all the interest rates. Like, how are you going to stay in business?
We're not.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, HWRE Group is done for. Like, this is it. We're going to have to, like, fire a bunch of employees. Like, we're done.
Yep. That's what's unique about HWRE Group and us and forecasting and thinking, 3-4 months ahead, right? This is no surprise for us. We knew this was coming. We networked and we strategized, and we're going to let you guys know how you're actually not doomed and how you can get your dream house.
So let's get into that, right? Okay. So one of the first things that we talk about is the affordability for buyers, right? And so when it comes down to it, with interest rates going up, and the prices still being very high, it's that monthly payment that's really impacting people. And that's really what you're getting qualified on, right? When it comes down to it, your lender will give you a pre-approval letter with a loan amount on there, right? Or a purchase price on there. But that's just to make it easier for your search. At the end of the day, what you're actually getting qualified on is your monthly payment right now. And right now, with the interest rates and the purchase prices, the monthly payments are sky high.
Yep.
So we've got a strategy for you guys on how to actually get that monthly payment lowered. And it's more than just getting a reduction on the purchase price.
Yep. Not only getting that monthly payment lowered, but also increasing your affordability in terms of your price point that you can buy on a home.
I like it. So let's talk about that. You want to jump in?
Yeah, absolutely. So break it down in layman terms for those of you who are just maybe new to home buying. And the first thing you always want to start with, if you watched a lot of our episodes, you see we had a lender here a few weeks ago doing a presentation as well. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to reach out to us, and we're going to connect you with a lender where you go get a pre-approval. A pre-approval is basically you say, hey, I want to go buy a new home, and we'll just use a random number I'm going to shoot from the hip and say, on a monthly basis, I can actually afford $2,500 a month. I want to buy a new home and I want to live in this area, but I only can afford $2,500 a month. $2,500 a month. Right now, with the current interest rates that floating around maybe 6.5 to the high 6.9, 6.9%, will probably get you somewhere in around $300,000 to $400,000 price point. So now you're looking at homes in this market that are somewhere between $300,000 to $400,000 that you can afford with that $2,500, right? Not really a bad deal. With interest rates last year, right, being in the 2s and the low 3s, that $2,500 budget would actually give you upwards to a $500,000 home.
Exactly.
Now, what's most important about that is a $300,000 to $400,000 home compared to a $500,000 home in this particular market. The quality of the home is drastically different, right? $300,000 to $400,000 home may need work, it may need impact windows, it may need a new roof, and then you can find, the $400,000 to $500,000 home where it's, some of them are renovated, have the impact windows and things of that nature. So you could buy more of a quality home at that particular price point. But right now you're stuck with a 6.6% interest rate, right? So you feel doomed. Every home that you're looking at that was sending you in the $300,000 price range, $400,000 price range, doesn't look like your perception of your dream home.
Yeah.
Right.
And so essentially what that ends up being is that the buyer is out there, they're approved, they're ready to go, they want to go out and look, but they can't even find anything online that they're interested in.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we have clients that were in that situation, right? And one of the strategies that we did there was we said, hey, instead of just focusing on the pre-approval amount, right? Let's say in this particular case that it was 400,000.
Yep.
Let's look up to 425, 450.
Yep.
And let's see if we can find something in there for you, because one of the things that we just talked about is sellers are coming off their list price, right? So we have some room in there to negotiate off of that purchase price, which we hadn't seen that much in the past 2 years.
And talk about the stats on that. The stats just came out for that.
Yeah, and so the stats, so like what we're seeing right now is that sellers are coming down about anywhere from 2 to 3% off their actual list price. So that, from your perspective, what that means is whatever that list price is, you have the average, we could say in this case, it's really the median, but the average, to make it easier, that price is going to come down about 3%.
Yep.
Right. And so we've got some room to negotiate that. Now there's even more that we can do on top of that too, right? So this is the super sweet secret sauce. We're going to give it to you early. We're not going to make you wait till number 3 before you get this one. But one of the strategies that we do on top of that is we look at what makes the most sense for the buyer, right? Can we get you guys a credit? If we can get you guys a credit, that can either reduce your cash that you need to bring to the table to close, or we can actually use that same money to reduce your interest rate. And so that's huge for our buyers.
Yep.
And so when we're talking about where current interest rates are and what we could do to actually make this home more affordable for you, like that's one of the secret sauce points that we have for you guys, is that we've started negotiating credits, and we've run through this process already. Right? We were able to negotiate a credit for one of our clients, and we were able to bring their interest rate down to below 4%.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Made the affordability, it reduced her monthly payments by over $500.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Exactly.
Right? And that's a way to bring you guys back into this market. And what you have to know as buyers is that because properties are sitting on the market longer, because sellers are already knowing that they're going to have to take a reduction on their price, like, you guys have more power than you've had in the past 2 years. And so this is going to create a great opportunity for you to get in and then also negotiate some of the things that work in your favor to make this home more affordable.
Yep.
Right? 100%.
Yeah. And to break that down even in more layman's terms, because a lot of people get lost in that.
No, nerdy conversation.
No, it's perfectly fine, right? Credit is it's very simple for our industry.
What you guys don't know is David is not only my Luther translator in terms of the anger, he's also the Luther translator in terms of the nerdiness. So like, if you see me with glasses on, you see me push it up, he'll take them off. He's like I'm like the, what is it, like Superman, right?
Yeah.
Who wears the sunglasses or the glasses.
Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. I'm that guy, and then he turns into Superman. So go ahead. Tell him what you got to say.
To make it easier for you to digest that, what we do is, it sounds really simple. A lot goes on in the back end. We build relationships. We know the market. We knew that this was going to be something that we'd have to implement anyways. We talked about it in the past. If the market took this turn, this is what we would have to do. So we actually didn't need to see the stats to tell us that, home prices were coming down. And then most people see stats, they post it, you'll see reels all day, every day. Matt and I, we actually maneuver through that, right? How can we, squeeze? How can we think outside the box, and how can we use this towards our advantage? Everybody's happy last year because they had low interest rates. Well, guess what? We're able to offer you low interest rates still. And it's just through, knowing our business, knowing our industry. So instead of looking at it and saying, what is this credit Matt's talking about? How does it actually work, right? And the best way to look at it at a very simple high level is, we're going to go out, we're going to take your pre-approval, we'll go out and find you a home based on your criteria that makes sense, because that's what we love to do, is make sure that you're happy and that you find the home of your dreams, right? That's our overall goal, and that it's also something that you can afford. So we're going to go out and we'll do the negotiating for you. And although you have a pre-approval at a 6.6% interest rate, we're going to do everything in our powers to make sure when you close, your interest rate will be at drastically different than that, right? The market is swinging and turning. I don't know when you guys are actually going to see this, so I'll just be safe and say you'll get a lower interest rate, right?
Yeah, don't timestamp it again.
Definitely don't do that. So don't focus on the credits. Don't get discouraged if you have a lender that's giving you a high interest rate and you're like, hey, I can only afford a $400,000 home with a 6.6% interest rate. Yeah, that's just that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for my monthly budget. Reach out to us. what we're really good at is getting out and helping you find a home that may be a little bit more expensive in terms of the initial price point, which would be a more quality home, right? At the same budget. And that's what we do. We're able to work on that. Now, as we talk and we build that relationship with you guys, we can go into the details, put it all on black and white and say, hey, here's how all that's working out in the back end. But we figured out a way to do it. It's our proprietary method. It's already been done. We've having conversations with a lot of buyers now. It's just us thinking outside the box.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, it's literally the best way for somebody to capitalize on this current market. So a lot of people,
it's super exciting.
Yeah.
Because sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
It's super exciting because last year, my what made me feel most rewarded and fulfilled last year is FHA buyers, right? Grabbing an FHA buyer because last year nobody really wanted to actually represent them, right? Because they didn't, some of them didn't have a lot of cash to put down and couldn't be as competitive in last year's market. But you had someone that has $500,000 pre-approval and you have limited amount of properties. It's like, I have to choose one of these, right? Now more properties are back on the market. It's literally like one of the reality TV shows where you can say, do I want to put an offer here? I'm going to wait a week and think about it. So now you actually you're less rushed, right? Although people are still saying rush, 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 you can feel less rushed. You can take your time. You can look at the neighborhood. You can do a lot more research where before we were like, no, if you like that property, you got to get off work now and sign this paperwork and we got to walk and submit it immediately. What school is it next to? We'll figure it out later. We got to go submit this offer. And now you actually have time. And so you have more properties that will be available to you at your price, at all price points right now. There are a lot more inventory that will be available for it. So it's a lot more exciting because you can really find, every time we do a search, I'm no less than at least 50 properties. Where before we were doing searches for people, even in
no more than 5 properties,
$2 million ranges, and you're like 3 properties. Wow. And all of them were $300,000.
And we were calling that same day and we're like, hey, I know this was just posted like an hour ago, but did you guys already get any offers? Oh, you already got 10 offers?
Yeah.
Have you shown the property yet? No, nobody's seen it, and you got 10 offers already?
Yeah.
All right, this ain't gonna work out, right? Like that was the market.
And now it's such a slower pace, more availability in terms of inventory, nicer homes too, right? And then you add our proprietary process in the mix, and we can get you a home that you can afford. And it's a really good time. Yeah.
Done and done. That's how we roll. So just to recap it for you guys, and did we hit all 3? We got to check that. So we talked about the price. We talked about the interest rate. And are we missing anything that the buyers, I guess us.
No, that's it.
We forgot to tell you guys about that. We're like, clearly you need us to make sure that you guys can get these homes. So 1, 2, 3, done and done. But anyway, so just to break this down for you guys, as buyers, like everybody is screaming that now is not the time to buy. And I have said this several times before. Again, if you go back to some of my videos back in 2020 when everybody was freaking out, I told you now is the time to take action. Those people that took action have seen their equity drastically increase over that time period. For you buyers right now, I know everybody is saying interest rates are ridiculous, prices are ridiculous, the housing market is going to crash. The people that are the fear mongers, right, that are saying that, they might be the people that don't want you to be in the market. Right? But this is an opportunity for you to get in, get a property that fits what you need, and get it at a price point and your monthly payments, the affordability that you need. So it is still time to be in the market, right? And you just need to know how to maneuver inside the market to make this happen. And that's what we're
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So you guys, call us. We'll take care of you. Let's do it.
Nice.
Cheers. Another awesome one. You're welcome, Macy. Always.